Most 55 plus communities look amazing when you tour them. They have beautiful clubhouses, a resort-like pool, maybe a fitness center, social events. You don't have to mow the lawn, shovel the snow. And honestly, for the right person, they can be fantastic places to live. But there are some things they usually don't mention during the tour. That is the rules. And this is getting a lot of attention online, so you probably are thinking about that, and you've heard about some of the crazy stories and rules that HOAs have. Like the fact that in some communities, your grandkids can only stay 30 days per year. You might not be allowed to paint your front door, your RV might not be allowed in your driveway, or if you have a business vehicle that has your name on it, you might not be allowed to park that in your driveway. And when you sell, your buyer pool might be limited to other 55 plus buyers only. So today, I'm going to walk through the 11 things that people often discover after they buy a 55 plus community. Not because these communities are bad, but because you should absolutely know the rules before you sign anything. Now, let's get into it. Hi, I'm Randyl Walters with the Randyl Walters team at Keller Williams in Bethlehem, PA, and I help a lot of homeowners who are either downsizing or considering moving into a 55 plus community. And the lifestyle can be great, but the rules can often surprise people. So let's talk about the 11 things they don't always tell you until after you sign. Number 1. Guest age restrictions. The first thing people are surprised by is guest age restrictions. Most 55 plus communities have limits on how long guests under 18 can stay. Sometimes it's 30 days per year, some allow 60 days. Some communities don't allow overnight stays for minors at all. What this means in real life is that your grandkids can visit, but they can't live with you. Summer vacation at grandma's house for 2 months might not be allowed. And every community is different. So this is something you always want to check before you buy. The next thing that surprises people is who is actually allowed to live there. Some communities only require one owner to be 55 or older. And honestly, that doesn't seem very old anymore. Guess it's relative. Other communities require both owners to be 55 plus. And some operate under what's called the 80-20 rule, where 80% of the homes must have someone over 55, but exceptions can exist. So if you're 55 and your spouse is 45, or your situation changes later, the rules matter. The translation is this: if you're dating someone younger, check the bylaws. Number 3 is rental restrictions. Many 55 plus communities heavily restrict rentals if they allow them at all. Short-term rentals like Airbnb are usually completely prohibited, and some communities don't allow rentals at all. Others allow long-term rentals but require leases of 6 months or a year, and usually the people who live there have to also be vetted by the HOA. So if you were thinking about spending winters in Florida and renting your home out while you're gone, that may not be allowed. Number 4 is what you're allowed to change about your property. Even though you own the home, the HOA usually controls the exterior appearance. Paint colors often have to come from an approved palette. Landscaping changes require approval. Fences may be prohibited entirely, and sheds and decks may require permission or may not be allowed at all. And even holiday decorations can have strict time limits, size limits. All of these things can be found in the rules and regulations. So technically it's your house, but the HOA has very strong opinions about that. Number 5 is parking restrictions. These are extremely common in 55 plus communities. Many communities prohibit RVs in driveways. Boats and trailers are often banned. Commercial vehicles with company logos may not be allowed. Work trucks and vans can even be restricted, even for the people who are coming in to do work on your house. Even guest parking can be limited. So if you have an RV or boat you love, it might end up in paid storage somewhere else, and that is something to consider when you're looking at your total monthly payment. Number 6 is pet policies. Most communities have rules about pets, and sometimes they're stricter than people expect. There are often weight limits for dogs, sometimes under 25 or 50 pounds, and there may be breed restrictions. Many communities limit the number of pets to one or two, and pets usually must be on a leash at all times in common areas. So if you have a 60-pound golden retriever that you adore, that dog may not be allowed in some communities, and that is something you want to find out before you move in. Number 7 is special assessments. Your HOA fee is the regular monthly payment everyone expects, but sometimes communities have unexpected expenses. Maybe the clubhouse roof needs replacing or the pool needs resurfacing. I don't know, the roads could need repaving. When that happens, the HOA can charge a special assessment, which is an additional one-time fee paid by every homeowner. Sometimes those assessments can be several $1,000s, so you always want to review the HOA financials before buying. Number 8 is resale limitations. When you sell a home in a 55 plus community, your buyer pool is automatically smaller. You might not be able to sell to younger families or people who don't meet the age requirements. Buyers must meet those requirements, and sometimes they have to verify their age as part of the purchase. Usually they do. And because of that, homes in 55 plus communities can sometimes take longer than traditional homes to sell. But that doesn't mean they don't sell. It just means the buyer pool is different. And honestly, here in our area, they actually sell faster. They cannot build enough of these because there is a very high demand for 55 plus. So we're a little bit different in our area of the country. Number 9 is HOA drama, and you know it, you've seen it online, it exists. Living in a community means dealing with community dynamics. There can be board elections, disagreements over budgets, arguments about the rule enforcement, and the occasional neighbor dispute. How high is your grass? That's more than 6 inches. That's over here. Your decorations are out too long. Some HOAs are incredibly well run and others not so much, which is why talking to current residents before buying is one of the best things you can do to get a feel for that. Number 10 is something people almost never expect. Some communities actually require participation. That might mean attending annual meetings, serving on committees, or volunteering for community activities. Not every community does this, but some definitely encourage or require involvement. So if your dream retirement involves being completely left alone, check the bylaws and consider whether this might not be the right type of housing for you. And number 11 is the fine print. There are long-term questions people often don't think about. What happens if you or your spouse eventually need assisted living? What if your partner is under 55? What if an adult child needs to move in temporarily because of a job loss or a medical situation? Some communities also have something called a right of first refusal, where the HOA has the right to purchase your property before you sell it to anyone else, which is why reading the HOA documents and understanding them matters so much. Now, after hearing all of that, I want to be very clear about something. 55 communities can be fantastic. For the right person, they offer low maintenance living, built-in social opportunities, amenities like pools and fitness centers, and neighbors who are in a similar stage of life. Many people find that this is the perfect lifestyle for them. You just want to know the rules before you buy. If you're considering a 55 plus community, here are the smartest next steps. Visit several communities so you can compare the lifestyle and the atmosphere. Talk to current residents and ask what it's really like to live there. Read the HOA documents carefully, including the bylaws, financials, and meeting minutes, and compare those options to traditional homes so you can decide which lifestyle fits you best. If you're thinking about moving into a 55 plus community here in the Lehigh Valley and you want help evaluating your options, I would be more than happy to help you.
Goodbye.